It is time to bust a big-time diet myth here on First at 4. That's the idea that healthy food is too expensive. Well, now we understand that healthy food can come with a big price tag, but you can fit it in your budget if you know what to buy and when to buy it. And that's where our weight loss coach, Charles D'Angelo, comes in. Thanks for coming down.
My pleasure. Welcome back from Hawaii.
Thanks. Well, it was a great week, and the weather is nothing like what we've seen here. But you've been helping people change their lives, turn things around. I'm sure you hear this all the time.
It's one of the biggest things that I hear, one of the biggest excuses is that it's too expensive to lose weight. But the question I want people to ask themselves is, how much is it costing you not losing weight? When you're having to pay for diabetic medication, hypertensive medication, the idea that you're not able to fit in the clothes you want, you're not able to have the energy you want or play with your kids or do the things you want to do, how much is that really costing you? And when you shift your focus to that question and you really blow away the excuses, you're much more clear on what you need to do to get yourself to where you need to go.
Right, and if you're buying the right foods, I always think that's such a great investment as opposed to buying foods that just drag you down and don't have any nutritional value. So,
and when you're going to shift your diet, you're going to find that at first your bill is going to go up a little bit. The first tip is, of course, check the sales. And with the smartphones today, you can actually scan the barcodes and look for where's the cheapest place to buy that product. That's a really great thing that you can do. And number two, of course, is now that you have the sales, you need to make sure that you base those foods, your menu, around those sale items.
You have to eat that food. And that, I think, is a big thing people forget, is if they're going to take that head of lettuce home, you've got to make the salad and stick with that instead of going back to the chips.
And keep with it consistently. Make sure that you're doing it, setting up a scheduled food set so you're eating that way day in, day out, so you really disconnect from spontaneity. You get into a routine that works for you.
Number three, eat seasonal produce.
Yeah, you can save a ton of money by making sure that you're keeping the products in the house that are seasonal and you're not looking for things out of season. When you buy those things, you're going to save a ton of money. You can buy things that are frozen, of course, which is tip number 4. Buy things that are frozen so you're not spending a ton of money on things that are out of season. And most importantly, number 5, learn how to cook.
And it's not that hard. There are simple things you can do because you're going to be eating in a more basic way,
nutritious
where you're
way.
going to taste the food that you're eating.
And you're going to make mistakes, right? Everything is based upon experience. Where does experience come from? Experience comes from a lot of bad judgments. It comes from learning what doesn't work. And once you get comfortable with knowing that there's going to be things that aren't going to work out despite the best plans, and you're comfortable with really educating yourself, you're setting yourself up to succeed.
Well, I think you also have to get used to tasting food the way it's meant to be.
Being more intuitive and more mindful. Exactly.
And you know, if you're used to eating junk food for quite a while,
you're going to have to shift.
It's going to taste different when you start having a salad all the time or eating in a more nutritious way.
You've got it.
So great advice. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
All those great tips. That is all of our time for First at 4.